Shit,
Uh,
most people.
I feel like am I the asshole? Some of these are cool. Am I the asshole for looking at my friend's vagina? Uh, I need more
What?
context. Throwaway, as my friends know, I use Reddit. I feel like I don't know if that's relevant. Okay, it says I'm a lesbian and have been out since I was a teenager. I'm now 26. This has mostly been fine except for one friend, we'll call her Julia. She always makes snide comments about not wanting to be near her when we discuss girl stuff. I usually ignore it. Anyway, because lockdown has eased where I am, me and a few others decided to go to my friend Sasha's pool for a party. We were all getting changed in Sasha's bedroom when I noticed a big black furry thing out of the corner of my eye. Quite literally assuming it was a cat, I turned to look.
Well, she's not wrong.
Nope, it's Julia's pubes sticking out of her bikini. I go over to her and subtly communicate that her literal vagina is hanging out of her bikini. I feel like I shouldn't be reading this. I whisper,
Probably not.
"Your pubes are out," and she spins round and calls me a pervert. Not knowing how to react, I just stand there in shock as she berates me for looking at her vagina. Okay, but to be fair, I feel like this isn't looking already, but whatever. I decided that you shouldn't argue with stupid, so laughed and went out to enjoy the party. A few minutes later, Sasha comes out to ask me what happened. I explain the situation with Julia, to which she rolls her eyes and tells me not to worry. The rest of the night was awesome. However, I'm getting texts from my friends telling me not to try and turn other people into lesbians. Yo, that's actually insane. And I'm a pervert. So Reddit, am I the asshole for telling Julia that her vag was hanging out?
I feel like that's a one side story. There's no way.
You think so? You
That's
think
another
there's more
thing. It's like
context?
I feel like these people leave out a lot of details on their stories, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
Hmm. Ooh, what about this? Am I the asshole for breaking up with my boyfriend over this? Let's see what this is. uh, I, 23 male, broke up with my boyfriend, 25 male, of 2 years last night, and now I'm wondering if I overreacted. My cousin, 29 female, just got married to her wife, 28 female, in this beautiful ceremony. They're the first queer couple in our family to get married, and it meant a lot to me personally. Growing up, I didn't even know if I'd be allowed to be out, let alone see two women I love and admire stand up and be celebrated. Oh. My boyfriend, we'll call him Zach, came with me. He's met most of my family before and everything seemed fine. During the reception, things got emotional. A few people gave unplanned toast, and my cousin asked if I wanted to say something. I kept it short, just said how proud I was, how beautiful it was to see queer love honored like that. That was it. When I sat down, Zach leaned over and quietly whispered to me, "You know, for someone who's not even in the wedding, you're really trying to make it your moment." Oh, that's a. Gotta take a moment of silence for that. That's something I never dare to say. Holy shit. Just reading that, I actually died a little bit. All right. I thought he was joking and gave him a look. Then he added something along the lines of, "You gonna cry again or save it for our wedding that we're never having?" Is
No, there's no way. This story's bait, bro. There's
it?
genuinely
Is
no way.
it? There's no
I don't
way.
believe these guys ever talk to their girlfriends like that. I really
No,
don't.
it's
There's
two. It's two
genuinely.
dudes. It's two dudes.
Oh, it was two dudes.
Yes, that's
Oh,
yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I would eat regardless. I died a little. It's like, that's crazy that you speak to someone like that. He smirked like it was nothing. I laughed awkwardly because I didn't want to cause a scene and ruin my cousin's wedding, but it stuck with me. I didn't say anything right away because it was not the time or place. I didn't want to make the night about me or create any drama. Later, back at our hotel, I brought it up. I said his comment hurt, especially since he knows how much this wedding meant to me. He brushed it off, saying, "Jesus, you're still on that? It was a joke. You were getting so sappy, I thought you were going to propose." I told him I didn't think it was funny and that he took a moment that mattered to me and made me feel stupid for caring. He kept calling me sensitive and said I was overthinking everything like always. So I told him I was done. I packed my stuff, called a friend, and left. He's texted since saying I made a scene out of nothing, that I chose a weird hill to die on, and that I'll regret throwing away a good thing over a dumb joke. No, how does this person act like on a normal basis if this is like
How do these guys end up in relationships when they're this much of an asshole?
Right? Like, asshole. Like, how do you. Because if this is just what happened, right? Like, to cause them arguing and then they were still speaking like them, like that during the argument, how do they act like every day in their relationship? How do you stay with someone for 2 years and not like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's
Scared to be alone.
You think, well, yeah,
okay,
you're
that's
right.
true.
You're right.
I
You're
mean,
right. You're right.
people. Yeah,
That's true.
You're right. I feel like people attack each other too much, low key. So like that's why dating is so hard. Actually, like
It
they
is, and
throw they throw insults too much.
I think it's also kind of weird because everyone looks for signs nowadays, and I think that's like
Blame
people.
everybody has the illusion of choice. You can go on any app and swipe through a bunch of attractive people, so everybody thinks they can find their perfect person.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I
gotta blame
watched some
social
guy
media.
said that if your parents, he asked like, he was a TikTok guy. He was like, if your dad was on fucking Hinge and your mom was Instagram, do you think they still would have gotten together?
I don't know, bro. I'm lucky, but I also create my own luck. So Anyways,
You also dated in high school where you were surrounded by women.
you sound mad, bro. Don't be mad at me. I wanted
No,
to date you first. You were my first choice. You turned me down. So what do you want from me? I'm gonna find someone else.
I never had.
You
that
expect
chance.
me to wait?
You're supposed to wait forever, bro.
No, fuck you. I'm not waiting. I waited long enough, bro. So yeah, this is a good example of bait. Yeah, this story's not real. Am I the asshole for killing my husband because I found out through another Am I the asshole story that he cheated on me? That's bait.
She kind of ate.
Bait. Is that eating?
She ate.
Oh, this is Sims. Am I the asshole? Sims. This isn't real.
She girl boss.
Yeah, this isn't real. This is simulated. This is the Sims game.
Oh, that's lame.
You just killed him in real life.
Real, yeah, just kill him in real life. Am I the asshole for asking my dad why I should include his wife if he plans to never include my boyfriend? What y'all think?
Honestly, I have a really bad thought process on this kind of stuff.
Oh, you want to read it and then talk about it after?
Sure, yeah.
All right. All right, so I, 19 female, have been dating Leo, 19 male, for over a year now. We've known each other since we were 6, and we've been a part of the same friend group since we met. My parents, mom and dad, both knew him from a young age, and he was really sweet when my mom died. Dad even commented back then about how kind he was to me. My dad has been with his wife for 2 years now, and they've been married for 6 months. Ever since I told my dad I was dating Leo, he's been so different about him. I got shit for bringing him to a family party in June, and dad said it was inappropriate to bring just anyone to a family party. I ran it by the relative hosting, and they were fine with it. My dad never complained about friends joining before. Dad and his wife have shown up unannounced when Leo and I were hanging out, and they wanted him to leave. They wanted to leave him out. Dad makes it a big deal if I want to include Leo ever. It's not even all the time. Both of them were really off with Leo when dropped by unannounced a couple weeks ago too, and this led to a fight. Leo went on a grocery run and I confronted my dad. I asked dad why he was being like that and how did he expect me to want him to visit if he'd be that way. His wife said they don't like seeing me be in such a serious relationship, and the fact that I'm bringing him to things is strange when he's not family and he's just a partner and I should listen to them. I asked her who was she to say that. Dad said she's right and she's his wife and our family. He said it's totally different. So I told him he would never have let me treat her that way before they were married either. He claimed it was still different and I should be willing to spend time with them without Leo. And I have, by the way. I have visited on my own and met for lunch without Leo. He's not always there, but we go to the same college and we're living together with some friends for the summer, and we'll be full-time moving in together in a couple weeks. Dad said Leo isn't family and some stuff should just be for family. So I asked why his wife was always there. I asked why I should include her if he won't ever include Leo. She's not my family after all. Why was it any of his wife's business when she's got no say on my life? Dad said she's family, they're married. I asked again why I would need to marry Leo for things to change again, and he just said it's different. His wife said I had no business invalidating her, and she's the future grandmother of my children. I told her good luck with that. She's not my mother, and she never will be their grandmother. And since we're excluding partners, that's all she'll ever be, married or not. Since that's what Dad's saying he'll do. Dad told me that was enough, and he never said that. I told him he keeps saying it's different and not that marriage would change anything, so I see no reason to include his wife. Oh, okay. I then made them leave, which they did not do easily. They wanted to keep the fight going, but I told them I was done. They're now angry I invalidated his wife by asking about including her and saying she won't be the future grandmother, but I stand by it. My kids might not know grandpa if he's a dick to their dad and wants to act like he doesn't exist. Am I the asshole?
And not at all. That is
Oh.
tripping.
I don't know. I feel
It's not
like
the dad really just doesn't like the boyfriend at all.
And that's literally all it sounds like.
yeah.
But if
and
she's
for her, it's more like
around,
yeah.
and it's like they're serious. It doesn't sound like they're just gonna be a fling or anything like that. But even then, it's like if her dad is treating him like this, is that how it's gonna be every time she dates somebody in a serious relationship?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's what she's saying about, like, he's saying that marriage between them won't change that, I think. But then he's backtracking and saying that, like, it's different, and then, like, saying that marriage still won't change the way he sees it. But I'd have to ask why the dad doesn't like the boyfriend so much, because he's known the kid since, like, they were young. So, like, what happened for him not to like the kid? That's what I feel like is being left
It could
out.
very, very well be he just doesn't like that his daughter is growing up because she's 19.
That's
Mm,
true.
Probably just
Dads are
moved
kind of
out.
weird. Yeah.
bro.
He's probably trying to be like super fucking protective and
I've never understood that because it's like it's stupid when you remarried.
Yeah.
It's like you lose all ground in that argument because it's like if she would have treated, because that's what I was thinking before you even read it. If she would have treated his wife like that before they got married, it would have been a fucking panic, crazy, obscene. Why are you treating her like that? So double standards is crazy.
I feel like where she went a little wrong, low key, was just the like, oh, but your wife's not my family. Like, because, like, I understand it hurts for the like, for her boyfriend not to be liked by her dad, but I do feel like it is a little messed up because she spent time with both of them and she's obviously, like, put in effort. And so what's hurting her is that her dad won't reciprocate that and put in an effort to really like Leo at all, right? But, like, I feel like maybe that's where she lost her message a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, in trying
I
to get
don't
him.
think she did.
You don't think
Because
so?
he's
I
been
don't
with his wife
agree.
for 2 years. He's been with this woman for 2 years. She's correct. She's right.
You think
That's
so?
not her.
Okay.
She doesn't refer to her stepmom. She's known this. Maybe if we add like
agree.
a year for dating, that's 3 years hypothetically.
Right.
No, I lied. He's been with his wife for 2 years. They've been
Yes,
married
2
for
years,
6
and
months.
they've been married for 6 months, so it's a little less than 3. Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's absolutely correct. She doesn't know that woman. That's 2 years. I wouldn't be calling her mom either.
Yeah.
Especially if she
agree.
decides to inject her opinion into my business.
Yes.
When you haven't been here the entire time, you didn't raise me. You came around when I was 17. Like she has no ground. She really should have just sat that conversation out. I don't think it would have went this catastrophically bad if she didn't inject her opinion and start all of this.
I mean,
I
you
agree.
can't expect your kids to automatically treat your spouse or partner like they're part of it.
And that's what he kept
That's not how
insinuating,
that
right?
works.
Yeah. Saying this is family.
Sometimes it takes fucking decades to get them to be on an okay level. And honestly, this is my personal opinion, but you really shouldn't date somebody unless, especially, okay, she's a grown adult, so it doesn't matter now, but if she was a younger child, you shouldn't date someone that doesn't get along with your children. In my opinion. But that's just in my opinion.
Right.
No, yeah, I agree with that. Because it's like,
unless your child is like kind of an asshole and there's nothing you can really do about it, okay, sure, whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure there are exceptions. Yeah.
Yeah, if your child just a little shit, it's like they just don't like them because they're new or they're replacing mom or some shit like that, you can give them time to warm up to them. But it's like if that adult is actively not getting along with your children or doing things that are stressing your child out, then it's like, which one are you going to value more? This person you just met or the person you birthed or had a hand in creating? Come on.
I guess I'm just more so thinking of the fact that like not only are they young, and this was 10 months ago, so it's still pretty fresh, right? It's a little less than a year. So they're like what 20 by they gotta be like 20 by now. So they're still young kids, right? So like I'm trying to put myself in their situation, like if it was me and Jen, which it sounds pretty similar, not the same exact thing, but like I guess I'm more so thinking like if I'm dude, maybe I'm like pushing a little bit for her to like approach it a little differently because I think like after doing some growing up, although I'm not that old, much older than them, I get perspective. And the last thing I think anybody wants to do is how do you say have someone pick one or the other. You know what I mean? It's like I don't think it ever bodes well for future stuff. You know what I mean?
I honestly I fully agree with the way she addressed this because they started off crazy by saying we don't like seeing you in a serious relationship. What the
Oh
fuck
my
does
god,
that-
you're so right. Never mind. Oh my god, you're so right. I completely forgot about that. I'm like reading through this and then you said that and I instantly saw it again.
So
That
then
is
what do they want
insane.
her to do? Stay single forever?
Do you want her
Yeah.
to be sleeping around? Do you
Yeah.
want her to just stay single for her entire life? Do you want her to just be dating constantly, new man, revolving door? That's a crazy ass sentence to say.
Oh, and this is the wife saying that too.
Normally-
The dad didn't even say this. It was the wife saying this.
Exactly. The wife started all of this when she said that because she asked her
Yeah.
dad. She said, "Dad, why are you treating him like that?" And the wife injected her opinion. She's only been around for 2 years.
And the dad messed up by even okay, I get it. Yeah, never mind. I get this now. Because I was trying to figure out maybe there's like a middle ground here where like mediate it, right? And like kind of meet like halfway or just like but I get it. Because I think it's like one of those things where parents are just unwilling to move, especially the dad here in this instance, right? He's just like he's so obviously set his mindset is so set in stone that he's not willing to change like the way he thinks. So which
It also
obviously
depends
the
on their
logic.
relationship to the dad and the daughter.
Yes.
Like if they're super close, like I don't know, if she's like an only child and the mother died, of course like the father and daughter are gonna be super close to each other. That can cause a big rift in the family, honestly.
Yeah.
And so I can kinda understand I guess
Oh
like
my God!
that's the
Reese
only
comment.
way I think I could ever see the dad being kind of right.
Right. They don't. Yeah, and that's one of the first things they don't like seeing you in a serious relationship. What the actual fuck? Would they prefer you screwing around and changing boyfriends at the same rate as you change your undies? Yeah, so, like literally, that's literally what was just said
Like
between all
that.
of us.
That's
Yeah,
literally like
yeah,
I
that's literally what you
reading
just
that
said.
shit, hearing that. What do you mean you don't like her being in a serious relationship? That's what you should want for your kid.
Ooh, she responds, she says, I guess they want me single or dating a bunch of people and not having a stable partner. Never mind the fact Leo and I have known each other for a long time and we're happy and good together. The rest of my family supports us, but not dad. That is a weird thing. That is extremely weird. For the whole, like for a lot of her relatives and family support them, and then the dad just says no, like he's not okay with it. I don't understand what the big deal is.
Oh my God! One of these comments says for them to show up unannounced. I didn't even include that. They would show up unannounced and be like, "Yeah, boyfriend has to go." What?
Really?
Yeah, she scroll down a bit. I think somebody mentions it. But at the top of her story, it's one of the first things she said. Well,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
kinda-
Her and her, yeah. I know which part you're talking about. Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
They bugging. They bugging OD.
If you have been together for a year and living together, he is your partner, not just a random guy you're dating. Your father has no right to treat him that way unless there is something you are leaving out about your BF. Is he in school, employed, drug-free? Has he ever hurt you? You are both very young, so just be sure to take things slow, use protection, don't rush into marriage. I am proud of you for standing up for him and yourself. Counseling would help you learn how to set good boundaries with your father and teach you how to enforce them. You don't need to put up with your father's toxic behavior. We're both in college. He never hurt me. The only thing that changed was us dating. Dad liked him before that point. Yeah, and that's the thing I was gonna say that's odd. I find it odd that the dad liked him, but now he doesn't. Have you had boyfriends before,
Oh, then
Leo?
he's you know what? It could probably be men have a tendency. Well, let me not say men have a tendency, but it's a very common thread that a lot of men don't like their daughters dating because of the way they view women themselves. So they assume that every man views women that way.
Mm.
True, like the all men are beasts kind of thing.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
so
true.
it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't want you being hanging around guys because guys can do this, and
It
this.
could also be
And
that
it's
he's
like you're
threatened by him too,
automatically
like that
assumed.
he feels like the kid is low key like got more like better values in how he treats his daughter. So he just can't stand that he's seeing that like she. I don't know if that makes
I
sense.
mean,
Like he's being
he
treated so
probably
well,
does
right?
because you letting your wife of 2 years try and tell your daughter that the guy she's dating that she's known since she was 6 is
Yeah.
like you don't like seeing them together. She's known that guy longer than you've known your wife.
Am I the asshole for slapping a teenager? Hold on now. I, 32 female, was at a water park this last weekend with my husband, 32 male, and my daughter. We were in one of the pools practicing swimming and keeping to ourselves. There was a group of teen boys there, and while I was working with my daughter on swimming, one of them came up behind me and I felt a tug on the strings of my top untying it. I spun around, saw this 15 to 17-year-old with a smirk and slapped him. This quickly caused the scene. The park staff got involved as well as the boys' parents who were livid at me. My husband and another lady saw it happen and confirmed that he really did grab my top. There's also cameras around the pool that kind of show it. Wasn't the best angle. The boys' parents threatened assault charges and I threatened sexual assault charges if they decided to go that way. Eventually, we were both asked to leave and haven't heard anything since. My husband though still thinks I overreacted a bit, which I don't. Ooh.
No, she should have socked him in his fucking jaw.
Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. That's a natural reaction. I probably do the same by natural reflex. Yeah, not the asshole. He was clearly sexually assaulting you. You use proportionate force in self-defense. Yeah, that's a toughie,
I
man.
really do think the problem in our society is that people just don't get punched or slapped enough, honestly.
It's the fact that people don't parent. Like everybody's just having children, they don't parent. Like this is unfortunate. And obviously the problem's more complex, but it's just like that is one of the things. Like if you decide to have a child, you have to do your best to raise them, but I also like that's also another caveat because then people are raising them I guess like with the same like values. I don't know how to put that. Like it's very much so like they're gonna raise them for what they think is right versus what a collective of people would think is right. What is this? Am I the asshole for the way I eat corn dogs? What is this?
Is he deep throating the dog?
What's
He eats it the long
I
way.
yeah, I eat peanut butter and jelly the long way. Okay, I actually do want to read this. Am I the asshole for way corn dogs? My girlfriend, my 38 male girlfriend, 23 female. Damn. Okay, the age gap is fucking. It's alright though. Love who you love, right? Let's call her Brenda. And I got into a big argument recently over how I eat corn.
Insane.
And like just the first sentence is sitting me, bro. How do you get into an argument over how you're eating corn dogs, bro? Like actually,
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's actually deep throwing that shit. There's didn't even.
He has to be like gagging on it and everything because there's no way.
I know it's weird. There's no point trying to defend it, but I'm a grown adult who buys my own food, and I don't think I should be shamed for how I enjoy a snack.
No, this is a fucking joke, bro. This is bait.
Here's the full story. All right, gotta calm down. These sentences are taking me out, man. He's really creative if this is made up. Every 2 weeks, I do a big Costco run and grab 2 boxes of Foster Farms corn dogs. When I get home, they're still a little frozen, but soft enough that I can pull the sticks out pretty easily. I put the sticks in a Ziploc bag, tie the actual corn dogs up in another bag, throw them in the standing freezer in my garage, and toss the boxes. While I'm working at my laptop, I like to heat up a couple at a time. I chew all the breading off. Then I chew on the hot dog sticks like a fidget toy while I type. How would you even... Alright. I really like the taste, and I usually just throw them away once the wood starts splintering into many pieces. Wait, they like chewing on the stick? I'm confused. We've only been dating about 3 months. I guess Brenda got comfortable enough to go through my garage and she found like 18 bags of these stickless.
No, that's kind of insane.
18 bags of these stickless corn dogs in the freezer. She kept bugging me about it until I finally told her what I do. She got really quiet at first, then got upset and asked what I do with the corn dogs if I'm not eating them. I told her sometimes I toss them to stray cats or just throw them out. But in the summer, I use them as crawfish bait and later use the crawfish for sturgeon bait. She freaked out about the food waste and said I should be donating them to the food bank she volunteers at. I pointed out they probably wouldn't want food I've already touched, but I said I'd donate them if they'd actually take them. I probably shouldn't have mentioned that I've been doing this for about 16 years. We haven't talked in 4 days. I messaged one of her friends to see how she was doing, and she just said Brenda has the ick, and I should give her space. Am I the asshole?
Oh my fucking god.
So he chews the breading off, leaves the wiener in a bag, and leaves the sticks in a bag to chew later.
He's shooting.
Wait, he leaves the wiener on the stick. Yeah, no,
he
he's a psychopath.
No, he takes
the wiener off.
Takes the wiener off, and he's just chewing on sticks after he eats the breading.
I can't even hate on her for doing that. Because honestly, what the fuck are you doing,
What is
bro?
wrong with you?
I don't think he's the asshole, but she's not either.
He said,
"What the fuck did I just?"
You're the asshole. What the fuck did I just read?
No, for real. Actually, no, he's the asshole for posting this. Cause why did the internet have to hear about this?
Dude, I'm fucking crying, bro.
Bro.
He's like responding to subtle sections. The fuck is this?
Bro, we get the ick.
Oh my god, bro. The fuck is that? Fred has the ick. Holy shit! I don't know if the camera can see this, guys. I haven't been taken out by something like this in a while. Bro, my eyes are fucking like watered. I can't see anything. Oh, yeah, no shit. Everyone would get the ick when they read this. And also, you didn't ask, but 38 male, girlfriend 23. He says, "Ill, find someone your own age."
Yeah, they're really roasting the fuck out of him.
Dude, he's roasting.
Oh no. Yeah, no, he lost.
I can't catch my breath, bro. Oh, not the asshole because it's your food. But this is what happens when you date someone young enough to be here. Yeah, no, bro. I think I gotta get off this Reddit thread, dude. This shit is sending me. Just the very fact your fake name for a 23-year-old is Brenda suggests the generation gap between the two of you is a big hurdle.
Jesus, the roasting guy.
Oh, yeah. There's no way
To be
this is
fair, though,
real.
23 is insane. It is insane. Is that not insane? Was he
No
38?
fucking way.
Yeah, hold on. Y'all talk about this. I gotta get some water, bro. Holy shit.
He's 38, right? Bro's
He's 38.
almost double her fucking age.
Yeah, no, I didn't even catch that. He lost. That's no, everything he said after this was invalidated just by that.
Oh man. Okay. Someone said, "Well, dude, I can't. I laughed too hard, bro. Oh my god, I gotta take a break. Hold on. Oh, bro, my throat literally hurts. I know that sound. Pause. I know it sounds weird, but bro, y'all don't understand, bro. You don't understand. This one's 10 days ago. Am I the asshole for supporting my partner on her journey? What journey? So my partner, female 45, does dance as a semi-serious hobby. It's not leisurely fun, but it's not competitive and it doesn't pay. She loves it. She loves performing. I, male 40, one, how many zeros is that? Three, okay. 1,000,000,000% support this. Makes her happy. Well, she has 3 kids over almost 15 years and has put on about 40 pounds. Personally, I find her just stunning, but she is very, very self-conscious and wanted to lose 20 pounds before her dance recital. I support her journey. Well, I saw her eating a big piece of cake. I asked her if she wanted my support, and she said yes.
No.
So I gingerly removed it from her grasp, reminding her of her goals. I too refrained from cake and support. Then I got the cold shoulder for a week. I didn't rip it from her or was rude. Simply helped keep her accountable for her goals while joining in on the restrictions. Also, she has type 2 diabetes.
Bro, that's not funny, bro.
No, but why did he feel the need to include that? Was that an important detail? Like, why include that at the end? That doesn't help your argument.
What the fuck are you thinking? What? People, it genuinely dumbfounds me how these people end up in these kind of relationships where they just fucking do this shit. Like,
someone quoted I asked her if she wanted my support, and she said yes. They just comment, "What the fuck?" So the way he worded that was really condescending. Like she's an animal that might bite. They're criticizing the way this dude typed this out. They said, "Well, I might bite if someone tried to gingerly take my cake away." Am I the asshole getting in a line? Like a grocery store line? Like what? Alright. I can definitely own up to my mistakes and will if there is truly fault in this, but I was in a discount grocery store line that stretched really far from the first cash register. I was on a 30-minute lunch and had already wasted 10 minutes being in the line, and everyone had full carts, but I only had 2 items. The next lane opened near me, and I go for it. A lady in the back starts shouting at me because I didn't let the lady with the full cart that was already in the lane for the first go first. Well, I shouldn't have gotten angry to the point of cussing at her and feel terrible about it. I told her that I only had 2 items and it would be quick. And the lady who she let go after me said, it is like that, but whatever. Every time I come to the store, when they see someone who has the littlest of items, they take them when they open a new lane. So
yeah, honestly, why would you get into a line when you knew you had a time crunch?
someone said you're the asshole. You got in a line when you're in a time crunch. Cut in front of someone that had been waiting longer than you, and you cuss someone out when you got called out. Your poor planning isn't other people's problems. In what world wouldn't you be the asshole? Yeah, and then someone said, if you didn't have time for shopping, you didn't have time. Pack your lunch and shop another time. You decided your time was more valuable than anyone else's. Other people could also be short on time, and have places to be. You wait your turn or wait for someone to offer you the opportunity to go ahead of them. You're the asshole. Yeah, a lot of these are you're the asshole. You're the asshole. You're the asshole. Yeah, you're the asshole. You
You don't
think
think she's the
so?
asshole?
I don't
You don't think
know.
she's
I
the
feel
asshole?
like
You value, I mean, for you to value your time more than everyone else's, it's kind of fucked up, is it not?
I'm on the mindset of like it's two items, right? Like you know what I mean? But like also I also understand the flip side of like okay, look, if we're being blunt and breaking down the situation, yes, it's not the nicest thing in the world to like just get step out of line and rush all the way right to the next lane over right that just opened. It's not a nice thing when there's other people, right? Obviously in front of you because it's a long line, right? So the lady that moves over should obviously be the first one to go. But I also understand that like if it's me personally, and I've done this before multiple because the Walmart right here gets packed, by the way, and you see that they close down the self checkout lanes sometimes. I don't know if y'all notice that
Yeah, that
they
just
close them down,
sucks.
and it's fucking annoying. So when you have like only 3 lanes and people with full carts, um, are taking up every single lane, which is gonna happen, right? Say self checkout's open, even here, hell, say self checkout's open. Sometimes there will be people with like 25 items, whatever, right? That's a whole another issue of people not knowing that hey, if you have 15 or less, you can go to self checkout, but if you have more, you should go to a lane, whatever. Typically, if I have a full, like if I have a good amount of stuff in my cart, I usually like I'm waiting in line, and then I see someone that has like 2 things. I am the type of person to be like, you got 2 things. Go ahead. Like I'm not gonna hold you up. Like go ahead. You got 2 things. Go. And they're on the way. Right? You know what I mean?
To be fair, those people should have had more common courtesy. It's more difficult when you're in a big group to have common courtesy for one person
Right.
because you're not only allowing them to skip you, you're allowing them to skip everybody in fucking line.
Hmm.
So it'd be different if there was only one person in line and you were the person in front, right? But no, that's not how that works.
Yeah, and that's why I
Honestly,
say
that
I get it.
person, if she was on that much of a time crunch, first of all, she shouldn't have gone to that grocery store. She should have gone somewhere else.
Agreed.
And like honestly, I don't understand why you would go to a grocery store in a time crunch. I can't walk into a grocery store without spending more than fucking 30 minutes there.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
This has been a lot of information, and I think the corn dog one is still gonna sit in my mind for like a couple days. All right. Am I the asshole? He read my diary, then broke up with me. Am I the asshole for not telling about what he found sooner? Long story short, I went to a bridal shower today, and while I was out, my boyfriend went through my house and found my travel diary, which I hid in my furnace room. In that diary, I had written about a trip I took last year where I went out of country to see someone I was interested in. We ended up sleeping together. At that time, my boyfriend and I were broken up and hadn't spoken for months. Right before that trip, he started coming back around, but we were not officially back together. He literally popped up one weekend, we talked in his car, my trip was the next weekend. I told him I was going on the trip, but I didn't tell him I slept with someone while I was there. In my mind, we were broken up and it wasn't something he needed to know. When I got back, we started working on our relationship again. Since then, I've been completely faithful and I've never cheated on anyone. Fast forward today, he sends me pictures of my diary entry and an old explicit photo I had sent him around that same time, I guess while on the trip. Then, when he came to pick me up from the bridal shower, he told me everything he found as soon as I got into the car. He drove himself home while arguing. I told him to get out and Uber, but he told me to shut up and sit in my shame. Wow, that's already insane. But I don't know. He called me all sorts of names, told me I'm running around searching for love. I let someone fuck me and send me home. Listen to him say all sorts of terrible things. He told me I like to portray an image like I'm a good girl, but I'm really not. He also said if he loved me, he'd delete me. Wait, what? He also said if he loved me, he'd delete me right now because that's how disgusted he felt. Just trying to break me down because he knows I've mentioned that he doesn't love me in the past. He succeeded in the moment. Anyhow, I got home and saw he had taken all his things from my house, ripped up a photo of us, and left it on my bed and evidently searched my house. I feel extremely violated that he went through my diary, especially since it was hidden, read my thoughts that were only for me, but now I'm also questioning if I was wrong for not telling him about sleeping with someone during that time. I feel like I should be given some grace since we were broken up, but according to him, we weren't. Am I the asshole here? Post removed from previous Am I the Asshole Reddit due to relationship content, so posting here. Sorry if you read this twice. Update. We eventually ended up speaking. He let me know that he searched my house as soon as I left for the bridal shower. His intentions were indeed to look for my journals. He said he found more than one, but I couldn't find the special journal he was looking for. Yeah, because I brought it with me and left it in my friend's car. Super unhinged behavior. And then there's people saying that she's not the asshole, and someone's saying that maybe she is. I don't know. What do y'all think? I feel like this is kind of like a Ross Rachel situation, but like I kind of agree with the
It's messy as fuck.
right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
So she was on break from her boyfriend when she went traveling.
what? Not break.
Slept around with some
According
guy.
to her, they're broken up, right? And then they hadn't spoken. Let me read that again. Hold on. Okay, so she said, at that time, my boyfriend and I were broken up and hadn't. Okay, so they hadn't spoken for months. So they hadn't talked to each other for months. And then she says right before that trip, he started coming back around, but she says they weren't officially back together. She says he literally popped up one weekend. We talked in my car. Then her trip was the next week. So they hadn't spoken for months. They speak finally, but it's just a brief, maybe like an hour. Let's give some grace here. Maybe they had like an hour-long conversation just in the car, right? And then her trip is the weekend right after they talked again. So I don't know.
That's kind of crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. Honestly, the dude shouldn't. I don't know. I don't know.
I
He
feel
should have
like
gone through a fucking journal. That's
right.
crazy.
That's what I'm saying, right? That's obviously a violation of privacy.
At the same time, why would she keep that?
Why wouldn't she just outright tell him, like, when they decide to get back together, like when she gets back?
Yeah, because when that, I mean, would you consider that like nudes, where if it's evidence of you having like intimacy with another person in the past, would you keep that around? Especially when you're in a new relationship with a different person.
Well, is that the same? Like, you mean like her writing about it in her diary?
Is it the same as like having nudes? Do you think it would be?
That is an interesting. I guess it comes down to how descriptive she was, like what she said in the journal. Is it like that's what you're saying, right? Like she keeps that in her journal, right? Like that's her diary. She keeps that.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's her diary, right? She's allowed to write whatever the fuck she wants, and he shouldn't have gone through it. That's an invasion of privacy. So, no, I don't think she's not the asshole, but my question is, why was he even in the house in the first place? No, that's not right. That's not right. He's an asshole. He shouldn't have gone through
Yeah, someone says not the asshole. This guy has some serious problems. He violated your privacy by going through your diary, read through your personal things, and then had the nerve to be mad about something that happened while you were broken up. Now, if it had happened when you two had been broken up for a few days or something, it would be a different story. But you said you hadn't contacted him in months, so I think you're valid. I think you need to break up and stay away from him ASAP, but it's your choice. I think he already broke up with me. He took his things from my house, tore the picture, took his ring back from me. He's not coming back. It wasn't a few days, it was months. I guess he's mad I didn't tell him I was actually doing... Oh, I guess he's mad I didn't tell him what I was actually doing on the trip. Oh! I see! Okay, wait.
Did she go on the trip just to, like, sleep around, essentially?
Maybe, but she dropped some crazy... Okay, because I think the video's gonna actually go crazy. Okay, so what she says is, I guess he's mad I didn't tell him what I was actually doing on the trip. And then she says, sent him a photo of my tits, slept with another man the same weekend.
No, that's kind of crazy.
Right? Okay, so because she does mention that she did text him during the trip. She does mention that. And I didn't think it was anything crazy, but
That's kind of crazy.
right? Yeah.
I don't think it is.
You don't think it is, Demarion?
You don't think so?
I don't.
You sleeping around with another person while you're sending nudes to a different person? Okay, maybe that. In my opinion, that's kind of crazy.
I think
That's just a values thing when it comes down to it. I mean, based on the way this guy's acting, they were broken up. Their
right.
situation was probably more situationship akin than.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
the
Wait, hold on.
actual
Okay.
relationship.
Okay, that's a good point. Ooh, I'm so glad you chimed in. So you're saying, as opposed to it being like obviously this isn't the situation where like they talked and then maybe they had an understanding if they were back together. It was more so they had a brief conversation. They weren't definitively together. They're starting from a new point. They're not just picking back up where they left off. After she comes back, like even during the trip, she's sending him a photo. It's more like, you know, she's just talking with different people at that point.
I mean, he really at that point he shouldn't have an expectation that she just is only for him when they broke up. That's what it comes down to. It's not fair. It's not fair to expect her. Obviously, she likes the guy, but if she's gonna have fun while she's out and, you know, traveling, then that's her choice.
Someone says I was not okay with his behavior right up to the part you sent him a picture of your tits while going to sleep with someone else. You 100% are justified in living your life, but I can see where he would feel led on. I've never been a fan of taking breaks and getting back together anyway. They're exes for a reason. To me, the bigger issue is that your relationship.
Wasn't led on.
Well, I think this person say they can see how he would feel that way, right? Maybe it's not.
With a guy one time in another country.
But I think the picture changes that context a little bit. Personally, for me, I would say it changes the context of my opinion. Not albeit not much, right? But it slightly alters it, right? Because then now you have to take in consideration like the poster, like the way the poster like coast about their relationships, right? I don't think it changes much for me. I still don't think they're the asshole. I don't think they really did anything wrong, but I will say it is
I don't think it's really that big of a deal. Genuinely. She's not still in contact with this guy. She didn't mess with this guy more than once.
Right, yeah.
She slept with somebody else.
Well, that was Elijah's thing, though.
That
was Elijah's thing that he said in the journal. Would you attribute that to like a similar feeling of keeping nudes? That's what Elijah's point was. Like she wrote it down, right? Well, we don't know how detailed it is. So, you know, if we have to go off of what she says, obviously it wasn't crazy detailed, but it's a diary, right? You're gonna be detailed.
Is how people deal with their feelings. So
I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm not saying that's wrong.
Their experience can be even anywhere close to seeing as someone keeping nudes. That's a totally different thing. You're keeping a specific sexual picture of somebody's intimate parts. Whereas in her journal, she wrote about a specific experience she did. And and that was her unpacking, unloading it. So to tell her that's, I'm not saying that's what you said, but to have like the idea from him that that's akin to keeping nudes is insane.
I think what's funny is we were talking about nudes, but she did sit. You know what I mean? Like that's actually a funny contrast. No, I'm saying that's a funny contrast because like before we even knew about the photo that she sent, I think it's just funny that like we like how do you say the similarity we drew as far as like is that the same? Like just for the sake of conversation, is that the same? But I understand what Demarion's saying. It I guess it comes down to the maturity of how you feel, like with someone that keeps a diary and a journal like that. You know what I mean?
It's also like she has several of these journals. So this isn't something she just did. Oh, right. I want to reminisce about this time specifically. Right. She mentioned she had several. So this is something she does to emotionally regulate herself.
Right.
That's so cool, it's like, but honestly, finding like your partner. Okay, he went looking for them. So this is where he went looking for them. He's obviously the bad guy.
Yes.
Like, can you imagine if they had kids, and one of those kids went and found the journal accidentally and read about his mother's experience or her mother's experience in another.
Did you wait? Do
like,
you
area.
remember how she had it locked up? The way she
Did she have
had
it
her
locked up?
journal.
Did she have it?
They
Hold
said
on.
it
She had
was
it hidden directly.
She had it in her
It's not
furnace
I mean,
room.
like
She had it in her furnace room. I don't know what. I assume that means
that's
like
a that's like a boiler. That's like
Okay.
yeah, it's
that's,
like a boiler. So
Okay,
it's like
well
you have
hidden.
to go in there
Well
and
hidden.
look for it.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
well
pretty
hidden.
So I'm assuming if she had kids, she would be.
It's the last
she
thing
was
she
a-
probably
she
has to
was-
worry about.
Yeah, she would not be putting it out in the open. It wasn't out in the open for him to stumble upon it. He looked for it in an area where you shouldn't be looking for a journal.
true.
There wasn't no maintenance to be done in the boiler room. We don't know what else is in that boiler room, but based on the way she's telling it, there's no reason for him to have gone and searched through that boiler room. He searched through it. He said he searched the
He knew it
entire house.
existed. Yeah.
Yeah, he knew it
searched that
existed.
entire
Yeah,
house.
she
He
talked to
didn't
him
just
about this.
stumble upon it in the
Yeah.
boiler room. He searched, like actively made the decision to look for her shit. So it's like, and then let's just say, oh, he stumbled upon it. Why would you read that? That's
True.
your
Ooh,
partner's personal journal.
someone brings up a good point. So someone said Asaf, you're the asshole for not being honest and tell him once you started getting back together. Yes. They said, but what he did, violating your privacy, using what he found to shame and degrade you, twisting the whole narrative in his favor is a verbally abusive way, is
Yes.
way worse and a major red flag. You're better off without him. And then someone says, well, she says, thank you. I feel like I fucked up by not telling him. And then that person says, let's see it this way. You might have made a mistake, right? Yes. But then he showed you his true colors. So you don't need someone like him in your life, right? Take care. It's like, that is true. So albeit she may, if you're getting back into a relationship now, whether that knowledge is something he needs to know, right? The boyfriend's entitled to is up for debate. Maybe he's not entitled to it. But if you're going back into a relationship that you were broken up, maybe it's best that you come and you're honest, like on the trip, you know, I sent you a photo. I did sleep with someone that I was talking to, but I'm letting you know now as opposed to later. But he did, like, if this is how he was knowing those journals existed, then I completely agree with what this dude's saying. Like, yeah, that person just showed their true colors. They're a fucked up person. Like that's, and it honestly comes down to they're not mature enough to handle something like that.
I think I would disclose that. I personally, like, if I don't think I would ever break up with somebody and get back together with them, especially if they act like this. But I would disclose that off jump. But I don't think you're entitled to that information because y'all broke up.
I think this is a difference in character and morals as a couple. Because honestly, I think, and I've had a conversation with this with other people, other friends,
Right.
specifically, where I asked them like, would you want to know your partner's like body count? Would you want to know what's in their book? And most of the time, which is weird to me because personally, I would like to know.
I would too.
Most of the time, I think people say they would, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people I know don't want to know at all.
Because what's stopping them from lying to you?
Okay, that's true. Okay, but that's a whole other issue in and of itself. If they're gonna lie to you, that person's not trustworthy, and that's another flaw of their character.
Yeah, that's an entirely different thing. But how do you find out that she lied about her body count?
Shit. And because it comes up over time. It has to come over time.
So this
Slip-ups.
woman you meet in your 30s, 40s, slept with a bunch of people in high school. They have a high body count because of high school specifically. They didn't sleep with more than like 2-3 people since they've graduated. Or college. Let's say college. College is where a lot of people gain a lot of bodies. They slept with a bunch of people throughout college, and then after college they just kind of slowed down. They only stepped with like 2 people. Do you want to know what they were doing 20 years ago, 10 years ago in college? Is that is that affecting their character now?
Yeah,
because if they once you hear, oh, I slept with probably around 10, 15 people in college, and they're 30 to 40 years old.
I think it is important to know. It's the same way you want to know. It's
2 different reasons, though. I think
your partner was like when they were younger too. Like it's part of knowing who they are. Your body, okay. this is my personal belief. So this is why I can't harm anybody for not thinking this way. But your body is important. The things one of the most intimate things you can do is have sex with somebody, in my opinion.
Right.
So the fact that you allowed all these people access to you like that at one point or another in your life, to me, okay, and like 10, in my opinion, 10 is not a high body count. It's just not. I don't think it is. But if you slept around with 30 fucking people, I don't have 30 friends. Like low key, 30 people? Kind of crazy, in my opinion.
I'm pulling from what I've heard men. Okay, because I'm also speaking from the context of a straight man and what I've heard from straight men and straight women and their relationships. To most straight men, our friend group, of course, I doubt this would be a big issue because we all have similar thought processes. 10 to 15 is not that high. That's not crazy in the context of 30 to 40 years. But to a large demographic of men, a woman sleeping with 10 different people, man or woman, that's an absolute deal breaker. So then it comes down, obviously, you know, if you hold the belief that your body sleeping with people, a lot of people is crazy, everything like that. I don't think that you should be holding somebody to that high of a standard for things that happened that far in the past, especially around the age. And I'm being specific to my example of this happening, like them doing this through high school and college. In an age where people are not very fucking smart and doing shit like this, like, I'm not going to say any specific names, but I can name like 3 people I know right now, 4 including me, that slept around, quote unquote. I don't even have double digits body count yet, but
we are friends with one of them too. I mean, Elijah, you know what I'm talking about.
We've all been friends with people who slept around,
Right?
And it's like they're all and 2 of these people you guys know, you know them as good people. You know that them sleeping around doesn't really reflect their character, but I think it's just an easy bit crazy to hold somebody to that standard around that time in their life. If you slept with 20 something people like last year, yeah, you've lost the plot. I don't know. You gotta figure yourself out. I'm not going to go with that. But back in college and high school, I don't think any body count is too high. Well, let me lie.
Maybe it's socially acceptable.
I think 10, I'm going to say 10 to 15 is usually where people are like, that's a little high. A good majority of people are going to be like 10 to 15 people is high.
I think to your point, Elijah, about relationships too, I think a lot of people, there's 2 different like facets of reason I could think of, like, honestly, for like why someone would want to know. My only thing is, like, for instance, if I had to put it in context of my relationship, I'd want to know because I'm just about transparency. I think the more transparency you have in a relationship, the better. I feel like if there's transparency lacking at any point across the board, and again, this isn't to say that there's not relationships that are healthy and awesome that maybe have little transparency, right? I feel like the relationship somewhere along the line will fail if all parties are honest and transparent and you don't really get to know the inner depths of who your partner is. The relationship, it could work out until you guys die, but honestly, I don't think it's going to be a fulfilling relationship. Personally, that's how I feel. The second reason I could think of is that, like this guy in this post, is that it comes down to a maturity thing. You just want to know because you have, like, this guy obviously has some sick and twisted view of the way, like, he views, honestly, in this context, this woman, and not being able to be mature enough to be like, yes, I feel hurt because you didn't tell me, but also I understand that you didn't have any commitment to let me know. Like, he shouldn't have been entitled to that information or the journals in the first place, because obviously, like Demarian said, that is a way she copes, and there's multiple of these, so it's not like this is a one-off thing where she's writing down the detailed experience. No, for her, this is just another day in her life, right? That she's just writing down because this is the best way she knows how to.
I
But
will also say that I kind of assumed from the way that she talked about it, and honestly, basically the way she talked about it, she
She
didn't
is ashamed
think
of
about
this.
bringing this up. She didn't think about bringing this up at all. She didn't think it was that serious. So and that's another thing. It's like, when would she have brought that up?
Is it though? It sounds like she's kind of ashamed of it.
Well,
She,
yeah,
the
she's
fact that she's hiding
ashamed.
the book itself, like,
Well, she's
and
hiding
that's
all of her
why.
books. I don't
That's
think it's
another
that one
thing.
specifically.
I think Brand's right. It is the Transparency Act behind it, and this is call it comes down to, like, I guess, your personal morals and what you want in a relationship. But if you're gonna like, if you guys take a break, if I ever took a break with a girl and got back together, I think one of the first like deep conversations we would have would be like, okay, do you sleep with anyone while we were apart?
But the
Because
way she's
that's
talking
important,
about this,
is
it
it
doesn't seem
not?
like they had that. Now, if they had
yeah,
that and she hid it, then she'd be lost. She lost. She's wrong. She's dead wrong because they talked about it. She just didn't bring it up, and
they
like
did
that's an
have a
important thing.
conversation in his car before the trip. So I would personally ask if I was on this thread. I don't know if someone has, honestly. I would personally ask, what was that conversation in the car about then? Because
True.
that I feel like that adds more context personally. But
Yeah, true. If they had a conversation before the trip,
yeah,
That was leading into the relationship that it sounded like they were going to get back together.
right.
Then maybe, yeah, honestly, she probably shouldn't have slipped around and kept
but
it.
I mean, at that point, but then it's like she's also saying that they were broken up at that point. Like they weren't back together. She probably, if it could either be they talked about it and it seemed hopeful that they would get back together, or they talked about it and she wasn't sure if they were going to get back together. She had no idea if they were going to get back together. Or it could have been hopeful in his mind and no idea if they're gonna get back together in her mind. There's a lot of nuance to this whole thing and the opinions of it. But I think bare minimum baseline in this situation, I don't think I agree with that guy that was like she's a little bit of an asshole for not disclosing it, but it's also like if he didn't ask, when would would she just drop that bomb when they got back together? She could have started a conversation about it, but maybe she didn't want to know. Maybe she didn't care. Maybe she didn't think it was important. If he thought it was important, he should have brought it up when they got back together.
Some man you have. Oh wow. Okay. Damn. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Yeah. I'm just gonna leave it at like she's not the asshole. She could have like two things could be true. She could have been transparent, but I think she subconsciously knew that maybe he wouldn't be mature enough to realize like, hey, she's a person. She can have these experiences because we were broken up, regardless of whether we talked. And I really don't feel like they were officially together. Otherwise, she would have. I feel like this person would have said so. They were pretty honest about sending the picture. The only thing that could add more context is the car conversation. But again, I think he's better off without him.
Very
Yeah,
immature.
better off without
absolutely.
him.
Like, this guy sounds very immature.
yeah.
How do you know how crazy it is to go searching for someone's journal, read through it,
Yeah, no.
and check timestamps for when they sent a
That
picture?
guy's an awful fucking person, bro.
Like,
Yeah.
that's
Honestly,
crazy.
it's good that she honestly got out when she
Like,
did,
red flags. That's why I can't
crazy,
tell her.
man.
That's why I don't feel like I can tell her that she's the asshole in this specific situation, because it's like, that's insane. That degree of insecurity, that's insane.
Yeah.
That is genuinely crazy. Now, if they talked about it and he brought all this up to her and he was like, yeah, this is like, these are things that are really important to me. Like, I need you to be like clear and direct with me, and like maybe she left that out. Maybe they did have a conversation about it. She just totally left it out. But it didn't seem like she even alluded to any possibility that they talked about things like that.
But
so it's like,
real, I don't think this couple has good communication at all.
Oh yeah,
it doesn't seem
What
like
the fuck is going
in the
on?
slightest. It doesn't seem like they have the same values on shit.
Anything, yeah.
I think that's the biggest killer in any relationship, the way you communicate. I think these "Am I the Assholes" are definitely. I'm gonna have to do a weekly thing for this, man. This is
they are good topics of conversation.
That corn dog, that corn dog one, man.
That corn dog one was crazy.
Dude, that corn dog one.
Crazy.
That
This
might
is so
be
crazy because the whole context changed when you realized that man was what
38.
12? No, 15 years older than that girl.
Yes, he's
Really?
38 dating a 23-year-old. And then the comments about you started this habit when she was 6, bro. That can't. It took me out.
They forgot about neutral, rather forgot about B. Way before that was me. Back rapping front and center of classes to capture the masses. Now I just ask whose attention I'm grabbing. Permission they needed, trust for respect I demand it. Just be punctual if you command, I'll say it again. Be time to embark in orders, they take offense when you forward. Frauds claiming crowns.